Hey guys, on today's IGL podcast, we're talking about the 18th anniversary of Pokémon Snap!
Ooh. Finally legal.
Don't do that again.
Hey, welcome back to the IGL podcast. I'm your host, Justin.
I'm AJ.
And I'm Kyle.
Very excited to bring you today's episode because today, I don't know if it's actually today.
It's today. It's actually today.
It is today.
Today marks the 18th anniversary of the release of Pokémon Snap, a very important game to my youth, apparently not to the youths of my two folks.
What are you talking about? Are you kidding me? I
well,
was obsessed with Pokemon.
But
you
not
two
Pokemon
guys.
Snap. Apparently, this is an undiscovered gem.
I, as
Your
the
lives.
retro gamer, I didn't play as much, but you were a Pokemon gamer.
Very smooth.
I had 3 of the Game Boys. I woke up every morning to watch it. I literally had a binder of the cards.
Yeah.
You were in
Still-
Team Rocket.
I was Team Rocket.
Jesse,
Watch out.
Prepare
James.
to fight. I like
double.
forget all
What
that
is
now.
that a thing? I don't know what's
But-
happening.
Yeah, no, it's from the show.
But I
The point
don't
is,
like the new one. I'm sorry. I just don't like Pokemon Snap. I'm gonna
This
throw
is
it out
not
there
the
right
new
now.
one. Pokemon Snap is 18 years old today. This is not the new
You
one.
mean,
You're
you
talking-
don't
like
like Pokemon Go?
Yes.
Well,
Sorry.
Save your hate for Pokemon Go.
Okay,
Nobody plays
alright.
that anymore. They really screwed that up.
They screwed it up.
Pokemon Snap, however, is, I think, personally responsible for the reason that we have so many photography majors that are our age
That's insane.
these days. It was a youthful, I don't want to say haunted house. Nothing really scary about it, but it's a haunted house because things would happen the same in every level if you're not familiar with the game. It was basically just you're on a track with a camera taking pictures of different Pokemon. It doesn't sound thrilling.
You can
Hold on a
see
second.
why I didn't get excited about this whole craze. You can see why my heart died when no one cared
there's
about the Ninja Turtles anymore, right?
no
You
other
can see, like, I didn't even have time for a fucking Power
It's almost
Ranger.
like it's almost like a first-person experience. It's almost like a first-person shooter, but you're shooting pictures.
shooting film.
Yeah, you're shooting film.
But here's the thing. No, I don't like Pokemon Go Present, but I also don't like Pokemon Go Snap. I was never into it. I thought it was the most boring concept ever. And
It
I'm
does
really
seem
sorry.
really boring.
I'm so sorry.
Right,
I never
but-
gave it a chance. It just
But it's important.
virtually take pictures of things. I would rather just go take pictures of things.
Right, but
I'd
if
rather
if
just
you
play Pokemon
if you
to
never
see
had the
Pokemon.
option to capture these Pokemon in their specific exposures and lights and habitats too, because there were no other games that really let you experience the Pokemon habitat in this way.
That's true.
Where you
That's a
could
very
actually be like,
interesting
oh,
thing.
this is where the Gengar lives.
But like when you're
Or, you
playing,
know,
like
this is-
even
what's a
just
Game
Pokemon
Boy?
on your Game Boy,
Yeah,
you
it's a
are
Pokemon.
experiencing
It's a
the
thing.
Pokemon world because
the
you're
same way that you're
you're
experiencing
going
like,
into
a
the
book.
grass.
You
and
experience
you're-
a book if you're very creative, but like if you're like me, the creativity inside you has died. Your imagination very small.
I don't know, maybe
very
I'm just
low.
too pessimistic.
So I need
about
to
it.
look around me. I need to see it. Maybe that was a start. It was a virtual experience in the same way that like a lot of today's virtual experiences are. It was
There
a
we go.
field of
Well,
view,
now we figured out.
360
Now we
degrees.
figured out why he loves
You
it.
could look
because it's
around.
a VR precursor,
And this guy is
and it
obsessed
puts you
with VR.
directly in. He is obsessed.
You're
with VR.
graded based on the quality of your photos, which I thought was really an interesting idea. You know how well you capture the
creates a
Pokemon
competition
in a
part of it,
frame.
right? Or
It
like
taught
a-
you a lot too. It taught you about composition, about exposure, about framing, and things like that. Things that you're not
But-
going to cover in any other video game.
What else
Right. Okay.
can teach you about composition and exposure? Actually going out and shooting something
Listen,
with
this
a
was
camera.
back in the day.
She's right.
I don't know if you remember those
Sorry,
little
not sorry.
disposable cameras. You'd hit them on your
Totally right.
hand, and they'd take a picture. The pictures were expensive back then. This was actually a way to take digital photos,
Back in
which
my
at this
day.
time was
Yeah.
very expensive too. What was there, like 2 megapixel cameras in 1998?
Uphill
there's
both
not.
ways
Yes,
in the
so not as easy as it is today. I can't whip my I can whip my phone out, take amazing quality photos. Not so. Not so. And even and it's funny because now today, like you're saying with
I'll give it
Pokemon Go, I could take a picture of the Pokemon in my real world. But again, this was like you're on Pokemon Island, you're hanging out with Professor Oak. He's telling you to go capture some pictures. You know, it was a very cool experience, I thought, and very unique compared to any other experience on the Nintendo 64 or PlayStation at that time.
It doesn't feel like any other video game ever tried to do anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
And until obviously Pokemon Go came out, and it's like, well, why don't you just use your phone camera to capture them in the real world?
No, different
I think
things.
it's so interesting though, because clearly Pokemon Snap has like been a little polarizing for us in here, and I love that the idea that Niantic somehow like pitched it like, okay, hear me out.
No.
So this game, Pokemon Snap, that maybe nobody liked, but maybe somebody liked. Let's make this the biggest game in the world, and it worked.
It was
for
not,
a moment.
It
I
was
just feel like
not
they're fishing
even
for
in the pitch.
to come up with an
don't think
idea
that's part of
that
the
would make
pitch?
them more money. That
Oh no, they were
think
absolutely
that's
doing
what
that.
it
There was
feels
Pokemon
like.
Stadium. There was you could battle the Pokemon.
I
There
did
was
like
Pokemon
that.
Snap.
I loved Pokemon
See,
Snap.
and as a game,
That was
very
useful.
low replayability.
Yeah.
That was basically just like a virtual tic-tac-toe. Like that was basically like a virtual rock paper scissors compared to like this game, which I thought had high replayability. You could do trigger different things in the levels, different secrets, find different things.
Okay.
Pokemon Stadium was just kind of like, for me.
I don't know. For me, it was like I played it like nonstop at sleepovers. Like I had this phase where for like a year or two, my sleepovers would just include Pokemon Go and facials and candy, and it was like Pokemon Go was the highlight.
Sounds like my Saturday night.
Get out.
No,
Close
all right.
your
Guys,
browser. Don't
let's
listen
do
to
that.
FBI.
Let's play Pokemon.
Awful.
Give ourselves some facials,
Oh.
some candy.
This sounds like a lot more fun than whatever the hell I was doing when I was a kid. I was working in the salt mines.
He was working at the mine.
Thankfully, in 1908,
Pa
they changed
and
the
Ma.
child labor laws,
That
and I was
explains
given
a
a new
lot.
life.
Wait, you are 48, so there were different laws back
148.
then. So, and we didn't have to work because when you're in the Illuminati, you don't have to work. We have special privileges and
You
jobs.
don't
I
talk
really
about
want
the
you
Illuminati in
guys
front of Kyle. He's very
to
sensitive about it.
Kill
You know
the
this.
camera.
It's at this
Stop
point.
filming the episode. I
Okay.
don't want to hear
Okay.
about the Illuminati.
Well, that's going to do it for today's episode. We want to thank you guys for checking us out. We also want to thank our friends at Game Dude in North Hollywood. If you want to check them out, Lancashire and Sherman Way. They have an amazing collection of games. Also, GameDude.com.
Thank you for giving us the copy of Pokemon Snap.
Yes. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
We'll bring it back. Whatever.
We
Point
Appreciate
being,
you.
will do
thank
that.
you guys. And check them out. If you want to
Yeah.
check me out on Twitter, Justin_Gentile. Look at it. Spell it that way. I don't know.
If you
Also on the
wanna-
Xbox Network,
What's your thing on the
Justin
Xbox?
Sweet, but there's spaces. It's there.
_Justin _
Yeah, like a surprise. Like, Justin Sweet. Like,
Oh, okay.
Aw, I get
Sure,
it.
I get
Sweet. Well, if you want to look for me, you can find me at LissaJ89 on Twitter or Flock88 on Le Gaming System. Whoop, whoop.
And my name is Kyle Duncan Graham. You can find me at Twitter or Instagram at KDuncanG. And you can also find me on the PSN at High Dive Champion.
it's a water joke. He doesn't like water.
I
So
don't.
thank you guys for watching. We'll see you next time.
I drink
Bye now.
it, but I don't sit in it.
Gotta hydrate.
Hey guys, thanks very much for watching that video. If you liked it, why don't you give it a big old thumbs up, and then go ahead and subscribe and take a look at all the other videos that we have available right here. Or maybe over here. I don't know how YouTube does their ads anymore. I'm confused. I'm lost. I'm in the 5th dimension.